Good day to everyone. I'm Gio Pastor, and today I'll be presenting the major findings of my thesis entitled Influences of Socio-cultural Factors on the Writing Mindset and Grit of the Senior High School Students in Writing Academic Papers. To start, let's review first the statement of the problem that the present study aims to address. In order to identify and analyze the potential influences of socio-cultural factors on the writing mindset and grit of the senior high school students in writing academic papers, the following research questions will be answered in this presentation. First, what are the writing mindsets of the participants at various writing stages? Second, what are the levels of grit of the participants at various writing stages? And lastly, which demographic variables, ethnicity, gender, academic track, predict the participants' writing mindset and grit level? To gather the data needed to answer the said research questions, the following research instruments were administered 3 times at various stages of the academic writing process. These are the Writing Mindset Scale by CBEN 2015, Grit S or Short Grit Scale by Duckworth and Quinn 2009, and the researcher-made reflection prompts. Additionally, it is important to note that the 9 reflection prompts equally divided across the stages of writing follow the core ideas of writing mindset and grit, but they differ to align with the writing tasks or experiences at hand. Here's an overview of the presentation. To answer the first and second research questions, an analysis of the participants' writing mindset and grit in writing academic papers at various stages of writing and when grouped according to their gender, ethnicity, and academic track will be discussed. It will be followed by the presentation of the results of the multivariate analysis of variance to determine the socio-cultural factors that may predict their writing growth mindset, writing fixed mindset, and grit. In this slide, Table 1 shows the means and standard deviations of the participants' writing mindsets at various stages of writing. The results indicated that the participants demonstrated a steadily moderate writing fixed mindset and a consistently higher writing growth mindset across all identified stages of the academic writing process. When comparing and contrasting their writing mindsets, the results also confirmed that the participants' WGM is constantly and significantly higher than their WFM. Despite the presence of both writing growth and writing fixed mindset beliefs in their writing mindsets, the difference between the participants' writing mindset systems suggests that their WGM is considerably dominant or superior to their WFM, specifically during the most challenging times of the academic writing process. In addition, an important observation highlighted clearly by the results of the study shows that there is an evident trend where the participants' WFM gradually decreases as their WGM gradually increases across all identified stages of writing. It can be deduced from this apparent pattern that as the participants' WGM mean scores rise and strengthen, their WFM mean scores decline and weaken. At this point, Figure 2 presents the means of the participants' writing mindsets when grouped by gender. Comparing and contrasting the writing mindsets of the male and female participants across the stages of writing may provide an opportunity to look deeper into their writing belief systems and analyze possible differences that exist between genders. Generally, the findings reveal that both male and female participants consistently demonstrate a moderate WFM and a high WGM in writing academic papers across all identified stages of the academic writing process. In this analysis of the participants' writing mindsets when grouped by gender, one key finding evidences that the male participants consistently demonstrate a higher writing fixed mindset in writing academic papers than their female counterparts across all identified stages of the academic writing process. Furthermore, while both male and female participants' WFM mean scores are moderate, the results outline a decreasing trend that can be observed from pre-writing to post-writing stages. Similarly, Figure 3 presents the participants' writing mindsets when grouped according to ethnicity. Examining the writing mindsets of the Filipino and international participants all throughout the academic writing process may pave the way for the discovery of additional insights delving deeper into their belief systems about writing and analyze any potential differences that may exist between ethnicities. In general, the findings reveal that when writing academic papers, the Filipino and international participants consistently demonstrate a moderate WFM and a high WGM all throughout the identified stages of the academic writing process. In examining the participants' writing mindsets when grouped according to ethnicity, the Filipino participants, regardless of the stage of the academic writing process, have higher WGM and lower WFM mean scores than participants of other ethnicities. On the other hand, since the international participants have higher WFM and lower WGM mean scores, the results suggest that ethnicity may have an impact on the participants' writing mindsets in writing academic papers. Furthermore, when grouped by ethnicity, a similar decreasing trend in their writing fixed mindset was detected from pre-writing to post-writing stages. This affirms the idea once more that over time, an individual's writing fixed mindset beliefs, influenced by their respective ethnicities, can be reduced, controlled, reframed, or developed. After analyzing the participants' writing mindsets when grouped following the first two dichotomous demographic variables, Figure 4 shows the means of the participants' writing mindsets when grouped according to their chosen academic track. Using groupings with more than two categories and examining the participants' writing mindsets may reveal how students' belief systems about their writing abilities, and writing processes operate and interact with the learner's individual thinking processes situated within the context of their respective groups or class dynamics. Generally, the participants from ABM, GAS, STEM, and IBDP reported consistently moderate WFM mean scores across all writing stages, whereas the participants from UMS reported moderate WFM mean scores at pre-writing and during writing stages and a low WFM mean score at the end of the academic writing process. On the other hand, the results also revealed that the participants from all academic tracks reported steadily high WGM mean scores from pre-writing, during writing, and post-writing stages of the academic writing process. When comparing and contrasting the participants' writing mindsets grouped by academic track, one critical distinction to make is that only the STEM participants showed a steady increasing trend in their WGM mean scores, while their WFM mean scores are gradually decreasing throughout the academic writing process. Moreover, this may also be applicable to the participants from UMS, since the results confirm that they were able to maintain the highest WGM mean scores across all academic tracks and stages of the academic writing process, and reported the lowest WFM mean scores at pre-writing and post-writing stages. On the other hand, participants in other academic tracks such as ABM, GAS, and IBDP demonstrated a generally inconsistent trend in their WGM and WFM, with observed increases and decreases in their mean scores at various stages of the academic writing process. To continue with the presentation, Table 2 presents the means and standard deviations of the participants' overall grit observed and assessed at various stages of writing. Generally, the results indicate that the overall grit level of the participants is consistent at a somewhat gritty level from pre-writing, during writing, and post-writing stages. In analyzing the results further, the findings of the present study have shown that the participants' consistency of interest is at somewhat gritty level consistently all throughout the identified stages of writing. In addition, the participants' perseverance of effort was also determined, where the results revealed that at the pre-writing stage, the participants recorded the highest PE at most likely gritty level. However, at the during writing stage, the mean score of the participants' PE slightly decreased at a somewhat gritty level, and it was sustained at this level until the post-writing stage. It is also critical to emphasize one of the trends observed where the participants' overall grit, including their CI and PE, were greatly challenged at the during writing stage given the recognizable decrease in their mean scores when compared with their mean scores at the pre-writing and post-writing stages. Similar to the analysis of the writing mindset mean scores, the participants' overall grit mean scores were also examined thoroughly in relation to the socio-cultural factors identified for this study, namely gender, ethnicity, and academic track. Figure 5 illustrates the means of the participants' overall grit in writing their academic papers from pre-writing, during writing, and post-writing stages when grouped by gender. Generally, the results show that the male and female participants demonstrate a somewhat gritty level in writing their academic papers across all identified stages of the academic writing process. In examining the participants' overall grit level when grouped according to gender, the female participants demonstrated higher grit mean scores at the pre-writing and during writing stages of the academic writing process, whereas the male participants have shown higher grit mean scores at the post-writing stage only. Additionally, it is also critical to emphasize that the decrease in the overall grit scores that the participants experienced at the during writing stage remains consistent even when grouped according to genders. Furthermore, Figure 6 shows the means of the participants' overall grit levels when grouped by ethnicity. It may be possible to gain more insights into the participants' writing abilities, writing processes, and writing outcomes, and identify any potential differences that may exist between ethnicities by examining the overall grit levels demonstrated by the Filipino and international participants from pre to post writing stages. The results revealed that the Filipino and international participants' overall grit levels are at a somewhat gritty level across all identified stages of the academic writing process. In examining the participants' overall grit levels when grouped according to ethnicity, the international participants started the academic writing process with higher overall grit score than the Filipino participants. However, at the during writing and post-writing stages, the Filipino participants reported higher overall grit scores than their international counterparts. Additionally, it is also important to underscore that the decrease in the participants' overall grit scores observed at the during writing stage remains constant even when they are grouped according to ethnicities. Lastly, in view of the participants' overall grit levels when grouped according to their chosen senior high school academic track, Figure 7 illustrates that when assessing the participants' overall grit, using independent variables with more than two groupings may likewise shed light on how students' belief systems regarding their writing abilities, and writing processes function and interact, having each learner's particular thought processes contextualized within the dynamics of their respective groups or classes. Generally, the results show that the participants from ABM, GAS, UMS, STEM, and IBDP demonstrated an overall grit in writing academic papers at a somewhat gritty level across all stages of writing. In view of the participants' overall grit level when grouped according to academic track, the participants from ABM reported consistently the highest grit mean scores regardless of the stage of the academic writing process. Furthermore, the participants from GAS have demonstrated the lowest mean grit scores at the pre-writing and during writing stages of the academic writing process, whereas the participants from UMS have shown the lowest mean grit score at the post-writing stage only. Additionally, it is also worth mentioning that the decrease in the overall grit scores at the during writing stage experienced by the participants remains observable even when grouped according to academic track. However, only the participants from GAS, STEM, and IBDP were able to pull through and report an increase in their overall grit mean scores at the post-writing stage, whereas the participants from ABM and UMS closed the post-writing stage with another decrease in their overall grit mean scores. This dynamic nature of the participants' grit as a self-belief in writing academic papers may indicate that it is simultaneously stable, adaptable, and susceptible to various situations in the academic writing process. To answer the third research question intended to determine which sociocultural factors predict the participants' writing mindset and grit in writing academic papers, Table 3 shows the results of the multivariate analysis of variance for mean writing growth mindset. Repeated measures MANOVA results show that time period pertaining to the stages of the academic writing process in the context of the present study is not a significant factor in predicting mean writing growth mindset. In addition, after conducting the test of between subjects effect, the results show that only ethnicity is significant in predicting mean writing growth mindset. Then, since the results indicated that ethnicity is significant, post hoc analyses were conducted where the estimated marginal means were calculated and the main effects were compared. Moreover, the confidence interval was adjusted using the least significant difference or LSD method. Pairwise comparisons reveal that Filipinos have significantly higher mean writing growth mindset in writing academic papers when compared to their international counterparts. Additionally, multivariate analysis of variance was also done for the participants' mean writing fixed mindset in writing academic papers. Table 4 shows the results confirming which sociocultural factors predict the said dependent variable. Repeated measures MANOVA results show that time period pertaining to the stages of the academic writing process in the context of the present study is also not a significant factor in predicting the participants' mean writing fixed mindset in writing academic papers. Furthermore, following the findings of the present study, it appears that both ethnicity and academic track, but not gender, significantly influence the participants' writing fixed mindset in writing academic papers. Since the results indicate that ethnicity and academic track are both significant in predicting the participants' mean writing fixed mindset, the same post hoc analyses were conducted where the estimated marginal means were calculated and the main effects were compared. Moreover, the confidence interval was adjusted using the least significant difference or LSD method. Pairwise comparisons reveal that the international participants have significantly higher mean writing fixed mindset when compared to their Filipino counterparts. As for the academic track, the STEM participants have significantly higher mean writing fixed mindset when compared to the participants from UMS and IBDP. Finally, multivariate analysis of variance was applied once more to determine the influence of categorical independent variables on continuous dependent variables in the present study. Table 5 presents the MANOVA results for the participants' mean grit scores. Similar to the results of repeated measures MANOVA for the first two dependent variables, there are also no significant differences in scores across all three identified stages of the academic writing process for the participants' mean grit scores. In addition, unlike the other two dependent variables, no sociocultural factor influences the participants' overall grit level in writing academic papers. To conclude, in examining whether gender, ethnicity, and academic track as sociocultural factors predict the participants' writing growth mindset, writing fixed mindset, and grit in writing academic papers, the present study was able to prove the following. First, Ethnicity is a significant predictor of an individual's writing growth and writing fixed mindsets. This finding is consistent with the existing literature and affirms the idea that different ethnicities may have diverging notions of intelligence, self-concepts, and self-beliefs. Second, academic track was also found to be a significant predictor of an individual's writing fixed mindset, where the students' fixed mindset beliefs about their writing, writing abilities, and writing processes became more observable as they were divided into groups based on their chosen academic track. Third, none of the three socio-cultural factors selected for the present study predicted the participants' grit in writing academic papers. This illustrates that grit in writing academic papers may not necessarily be influenced by an individual's gender, ethnicity, or chosen academic track. Lastly, time period, referring to the identified stages of the academic writing process in the context of the present study, is not a significant factor in predicting the participants' writing growth mindset, writing fixed mindset, and grit in writing academic papers. That will be all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video presentation.